So that's what we're intending to create today. So let's have some fun. Let's just go back through that again. So we have, for example, the images now. We have one for the car. So let's just take a look at those as well. I'm going to open that. So this will be the front page. And if you look closely at the front page, it's actually the the ratio is like that of a 8.5 by 11 page. The actual resolution or the size of the image, if you look on the properties, is 1275 by 1650. Now the idea is that for the first page, it's going to be as though you're creating one page. When it comes to creating the inside pages now, right, you're going to have to make them twice as big as the first page because you want to show that, hey, we're opening a book. And then the next one is this one, that one, and we also have another one that looks at nature again, which we looked at before, the first magazine, which has this whole nature-esque vibe and advertisement, right? And you have all that stuff in there. And in there, the first page looks like this. Essentially, took a picture, threw some boxes in there, add some text to it, added our nature magazine, and threw some birds in, and did a bit of coloring to the birds. Not exactly the most realistic looking set of birds, but for what we needed to do, it just got the job done. And then we also have table of contents, advertisement on the left, elephant on the right, and some other additional stuff. Right, so you can make amazing stuff with just having an idea. Now, before I actually get into making the design, whenever you're thinking of making a magazine, it's always good to look at magazines that already exist and designs that already exist. Right, so I'm going to create a new window. Right, and we're going to look at magazine designs in general. Magazine designs. Now, if you look at magazine designs, you'll see quite a bit of stuff. Right, you can look at them, different types of designs, the way they get things done. Here we have a contents page. Doesn't follow your typical book contents page. It's actually really creative with the angles that they use inside here to create um, some stuff. Inside here we have this whole Green World magazine. You have the front page and you have the inside, which has 2 pages. Same thing here. This page actually looks like it spans 2 pages, so it's always interesting how you can design your pages to look like how you want them to look. And it's almost as if magazines don't conform to your typical book. It's not just text and images that fit on one page individually, but you can actually combine pages and have it seem like when you open it you have a full page spread, right? So if you're looking at magazine design, it's good to look at the type of magazines you want, because sports magazines might look different from car magazines, which might look different from food magazines. But it's always interesting to note the types of designs that they have inside them. So for example, this is a sports magazine about football, or this is rather a football page. Very big print, very big text. It's almost as though the text is joined with the border, right, in the way that they designed this. Huge colors, fanciful looking, decal and stuff. But if we were to look at a food magazine book now, so food magazine design, you can see that we have things like full page spreads again. Well, this is actually spanning 2 pages, but it has that nice look and feel. And it really depends on the type of magazine you want to do. It could be one of those really up there high society magazine which has this clean and sleek looking look. It could be fun with it, playing around with different designs. So it's fine to look at different designs that exist before actually jump into making what it is that you're making. And also it's nice to conform to a template as well. So if, for example, one page looks like this, another page looks like that, and you have a particular look and feel to it, that can work. Another thing that can work also is that you have different designs per page spread, which means your first page might be like this, your second page might have something on this, your next page might look like this. And it's a food magazine because the elements are put together, pictures and images, they work together. Okay, so look at magazines first. So let's look at an example. What topic should we jump in? Give me a topic. Okay. What technology? Okay, technology. What kind of technology? Trends, technology trends. All right. So let's look at a tech magazine. We have Wired. Let's just look at the designs. So you can look at designs. These are all showing you front pages of different types of designs for the front. And I mean, depending on which one it is, it might be cool. Most of them are image centered, which means that you have a whole lot of images going on there. Some of them are just text centered, where you have very subtle imagery, but nice typography and a very definite color scheme. You can see that there's a definite red, white, and black going on there. And even with the image chosen, they have that same imagery going on there as well. So it's a tech magazine. This might be a PC tech magazine. Image, conforms with the major print. Right, and sometimes when you're creating text or stuff, you might have one big print at the front and you have an image that is overlaid on top of the text, and that's fine too. Especially if you know what the magazine's title is. I think this one is called Staff or Stuff, and I don't even know. I think it's Stuff. And then you have those things conforming to different looks and feels. So if it's about tech, let's just create a front cover. We're gonna create a front cover. We're gonna create two inner page spreads and one back cover. So that's gonna give us about four of them. So we're gonna open up Photoshop. That was an image done by Chloe. Not gonna say that. And let's create a new document. Now, because we're not intending to print, we don't need to use 8.5 by 11 inches at a 300 dpi. We're not printing, so the size of it can simply be something smaller. So resolution, I'm going to put a 72 because it's going to be on your desktop. And by default, your desktop tends to have a resolution of 72 pixels per inch. The width and the height now, we can make it 850, the width, by 1100, because 8.5 by 11 inches. We're just going to use pixels instead. And press OK, and we get that as an image. Okay? So we're creating a front page about tech trends. So we're going to have to look for something with tech in there. Now, typically, whenever you're looking for images, you want to go with royalty-free images, just professionally speaking. If you haven't taken the picture yourself and you haven't bought the picture, try to find websites that allow you to use their pictures without any infringement. So Pexels is a good website that you can check out here. Pexels, Pexels.com. Allows you to look for free stock and check out different things. So we might have, for example, you said tech. Sometimes using tech trends, they might have like a night sky kind of a look, or they could choose something else. And it really depends on what you want to convey. I kind of like this idea with the fog. Right, so I'm gonna borrow this. I'm gonna download this image. So you have free download, and you can just right click and just copy image and paste. So my image is rather large. One of the things about large images, I never ever want to lose my quality, no matter what. So what I tend to do is right click on the image, the name of the image, and convert to smart object. The reason why we convert to smart object, by the way, is because it stores all the information on that particular layer and puts it inside an object of itself, which means if I scale down to low quality and scale back up, whereas we normally have pixelation, we do not. So I'm borrowing this and I'm gonna just take this image and carry it all the way over, like so. You're like, okay, it's a tech magazine. Why would you drop in a thing with a farm and clouds? Right, maybe we're looking at, I don't know, technology danger. Environment. Maybe that's our primary goal and topic. Tech trends, maybe. Tech trends. Okay. And I'm going to look for an image. So we have that. We want to look for tech as well. T-E-C-K, T-E-C-H, sorry. And we have one here. I'll just borrow this because this could probably fit. I'm just going to copy this image. I'm also going to paste it. And I want to convert that to a smart object. Now this isn't like a rule of thumb. It's just that if you want to have maximum control for later on, you can if you choose to. Right? And what I want to do is actually I want to mask this image inside this area here. How the goose do we do that? Well, let me show you how. If you notice that here is gray, right, predominantly. So I want to choose select color range, select that gray area, and it's, increase the fuzziness. Press OK. It's going to create a selection based on that color gray that we have. And I'll just turn this back on. And what I'll do is I'll just hit the mask button. What it does is it gives me something like that. But I don't like this too much. So what I'm going to do also is just choose this because I like the predominance of this blue here. I kind of want it to reach over here and kind of make down here green. So I can go color mixer or color balance and play with the color balance settings. Maybe I want more blue in there. Um, cyan, more cyan, right? And it changes the color of what we have here. One more thing is that maybe you don't want all of it to be edited. Sorry. Pausing video.